Hold on a second.
Man, is that washer still on? Is that thing gonna explode over there? Sweet polka dot pants, wife. 13 more days until we pick up Ella from China.
We're talking about
rejection today. So, rejection, I think that she and I handle it and view it very differently. And I know that for me, the most vivid example of rejection in my life and kind of how I dealt with that was actually how I got into BDA, which is an investment bank, and I was there for a little bit over 6 years. At the time, I was living in Shanghai. I had met a guy in a bar who had worked at BDA, or still does work at BDA, and he said that there might be an internship available in the New York office. So I went through the first interview. It went well. I went through the second interview, the third interview, the fourth interview, and then it was coming up on the end of November 2009, and every single month I was going between Shanghai and Hong Kong so I could get that stamp on the visa to extend it for another 30 days.
First of all, you were on the edge of being rejected by the Chinese government.
Details. And I kind of needed to know whether or not I had a job. I had been through 4 interviews and my visa was running out. So I emailed the partners of the firm and basically asked whether or not I had a full-time job or anything. And they said, basically, wait until tomorrow morning, we'll email you. And so I am staring at the ceiling basically all night, kind of wondering what the heck is going on with my life. And I had just left English teaching in China. I was on my own. I was doing some private tutoring. I knew that I had to find something else, or else I was going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle.
Wait, why did you leave the English teacher?
I just didn't like teaching English anymore. I had been there, done that, and I wanted to move on to something else. It was an amazing experience. But I was teaching on the side just to get some money because it was, 250 RMB per hour, which
it's pretty good.
In 2009 was pretty good money. Yeah. And I was doing like 20 hours a week, so
that's good.
10 to 20 hours a week.
That's more than average Chinese people's income back then already.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
now it's
I went through 4 interviews, and I emailed the partners, and I needed to know whether or not I had a job or not. Emailed me the next morning, and I think it was like a Thursday or a Friday morning, and basically they said, enjoy getting to know you, not a good fit. Best of luck in life. Like, cordial, perfectly fine, but basically, listen, dude, you're an English teacher, you're not a banker. Best of luck in life. No
background. What was your undergrad rhetoric?
Completely transferable to investment banking. So,
I don't even know what that is.
Without really much anything to lose, I basically typed out an email, and an hour later, I wrote them and said, if it's about the plane ticket, I will pay for my ticket from Shanghai to New York. If it's about the salary, then I'll work for free. Mm-hmm. And, unless something's changed, you still need somebody to help do marketing support, and you need somebody in the office to help out. And basically all the risk is really on me. And if you don't like me, then, kick me out. So the next, I think, hour or two, I got a reply from one of the partners that said, fine, be on a plane next Monday, we'll see how you do. And so the way that I take rejection is really, actually kind of reminds me of what my mom said, which is basically, if someone tells you no, then you have to ask a different way, you have to ask a different person, or you have to ask a different time. And just the concept of, it's okay if somebody says no, but you have to work your way around it and just persist, has really been kind of a central concept in my life.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing that I think I really want you and also your mom to teach Ella. Mm-hmm. Growing up I think, I grew up in a totally different culture, and self-confidence and self-esteem were not the central of education. We weren't taught to handle rejection well. A lot of times, I think even now, sometimes I would still take things very personally. Knowing that it is not me, I still feel like it is me.
I think the best way to develop that resilience is some type of sales.
And also that reminds me of, the play that we saw the other night, Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
And didn't they mention like sometimes the very strong salesperson comes from a Mormon background?
Oh, yeah.
Because of the fact that they grew up in
So much of the
being
culture.
required.
Exactly.
Right. They are trained to do sales, and they're trained
To spread the religion.
right.
And
to learn how to handle rejection well, and don't take it personally.
Yep, put a smile on your face and move on to the next door.
But then at the same time, you don't want to always give yourself a excuse of not doing well. So I think that there's a balance between taking rejection well and also reflect on what actually went wrong. If it was your skill set, your sales pitch that is not strong enough, then you want to develop a stronger sales pitch, or you want to improve yourself so that you don't get rejected easily.
Completely agree. With every, I don't know if it's every sales pitch or every set for that, maybe that week, it is a really good idea to reflect and be data driven on what's happening. Is it pricing? Is it the way that I'm speaking or whatever? One of the things that I had to do is really improve my overview so it didn't sound like a snake oil salesman. I had to really, because I give my pitch so many times. It's easy to get robotic,
exactly what you mean. Yeah.
And then I just had to be more thoughtful about it. And it's I think it's just a part of being very conscious of what you are saying and constantly reflecting and trying to improve.
Yeah.
So rejection is completely normal if you're trying to do anything big in life.
Absolutely. I agree.
And that is one of the key things that I would like Ella, our toddler, to learn how to develop is a sense of grit, resilience, and understanding how to deal with rejection.
She does not know how to deal with rejection right now because the grandparents are giving her every single thing she wants. When she comes back, she'll learn.
I think that's every grandparent in the world.
I know.
Okay. If you have comments or questions, then put them down here.
Below.
Otherwise, subscribe.
Right here.
Bye-bye.
See you.